I'm Sophia Temperilli here live at ShriekFest for the 16th annual at Club Sinister and LA. So can you tell me a little bit about yourselves and what you're doing here at ShriekFest?
Okay, my name is Vanita Ozals-Graham, and I'm a director, writer, producer. I produced a little horror short that got into ShriekFest called Used Body Parts, and Tim DeZarn is the lead actor, Bridget Graham is the lead actress, and happily we're in this festival. Best dismemberment you will see in the festival.
Awesome. So what inspired you to create this film?
A real experience. I was driving through the desert and I stopped at a gas station at 2 in the morning, and while I was using the restroom I heard a woman moaning in the air shafts, and when I went back to the car, the gentleman I was with said he had heard it too, and we weren't quite sure what to do, but I never forgot that moment, and so this inspired me to write the script, like what would you do if you were stuck in the desert in a gas station where naughty things were happening.
Oh wow. So how were both of you cast in the film? I'll start with you.
Well, Vanita knows, I know Vanita from years ago, but then we have a mutual friend who was a casting director, and they called me and asked me if I want to do it, and I said sure. And so we did a, it actually is going to be a promo for a weekend, and we wound up making it into a short because we're still trying to raise the money to do the full-length film. And we know each other from the business from 20 years ago. That's it. And I've done some horror films, so, you know.
How were you cast?
I'm very lucky in that I'm also the director's daughter, so she knows that I will work for free. So that's how. Free labor. Free child labor, yeah.
Yeah, my mom does that too. Yeah. So I know you were saying you were in some other horror movies. Can you tell us what those were?
The first one was Demon Night. What's it called? Tales of the Crypt, Demon Night. Tales of the Crypt, Demon Night. And then I was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, and probably the most recent one, besides Used Body Parts, is Cabin in the Woods, and a couple other smaller things I can't quite remember, and lots of different Star Treks, things like that. So,
very cool. So, how did you hear about ShriekFest?
Who doesn't know about ShriekFest?
True.
In 16 years I've been listening to it and thinking about it and saying, God, I wish I could get into that. And I was astonished that we did. I was so happy I screamed. So I shrieked. Yeah, I'm a major horror fan my whole life. So, you know, anybody who knows anything about horror knows about ShriekFest.
Well, very cool. So what was your favorite experience from filming Used Body Parts?
Wow, there were so many. I think the dismemberment, yeah. It's the hardest part was figuring out with the visual effects how much blood would actually come out of somebody's leg while they were still alive when their leg had just been chopped off. And it was fascinating, like, you know, what color, how fast, how thick, would it spray, would it drip? We spent 2 weeks at CBS in the visual effects department testing it until we finally got it right. And it was amazing when you see it. So.
Very cool. I was in forensics, so I actually know how that is. We had to do blood spatter. Apparently it's spatter. So, yeah, I know how that is.
Yeah, it's interesting.
What was your favorite memory?
From Used Body Parts? Well, she paid me very well. No. She did. She actually paid me very well. But I really liked, you know, we have a special kind of tool in it. It's not a saw and it's not a drill, but it's a saw drill. It's invented for our part. And I got to cut the leg off.
Very cool.
And I really like just that whole the creation that she did with the inside, the cutting the leg off, and how I was just there cleaning the meat off the blade like I was a butcher. I'm just trying to make some food for people. Come on.
What was your favorite memory from the film?
You know, I actually also really enjoyed the dismembering. We had this actual raw meat that they covered in blood, and they were flicking it off the saw, and it was just so disgusting and looked so good. I really like all the gruesome stuff, too.
Tasted good, too. Tasted good.
So, for everyone who's not here at ShriekFest, how can we find your film?
Well, we're on Facebook, Used Body Parts, just Used Body Parts. There's a sizzle reel, I believe, on the site. And right now you can find it in a bunch of film festivals. All of a sudden it got accepted all over the place. We're going to Atlanta next week. And the truth is, it's part of a feature film. And we're busy trying to get financing for it. So we now have a good fan base because of the short film, but we want to make it into a feature film. So anybody has $750,000 they'd like to throw our way, we're ready to go.
Well, very cool. I hope that happens soon.
Me too.
Thank you for letting me interview.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
For me too.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, kiddo.
Thank you. It was a nice experience.